All right, guys, I'm going to begin with the instructions for the questions, and we will go over the questions together. Strategy practice. Explain to a partner how using the section headings helped you understand the text. This would be a good time to pull a parent or a guardian or a sibling or someone else and just explain to them how those dark, bold words in the text helped you understand reading the text a little bit better. Skill practice. Read each question. Fill in the bubble next to the correct answer. Remember, these headings are the dark, bold words in this reading. Number 1. Under which heading can you find the ingredients for making pickles? A clean start. The cucumber is king. Timing is everything. Other pickled foods. Reread these dark headings and reread the text underneath them, or go back to the recording of me reading them. And decide where in this story and under which heading can you find the ingredients, and bubble in your answer. What do you think would happen if you use soft cucumbers for your pickles? A. The jars would not seal tightly. B. The pickles would not be crunchy. C. The pickles would stay fresh longer. Or D. The cucumbers would not fit in the jars. Remember, back in the story, it told us what makes a perfect pickle and what kind of pickles we need to start with to get that perfect pickle. So what do you think would happen if you use soft cucumbers for your pickles? Think about a time you ate a pickle and what it tasted like, what the texture was like, and textures just means how it feels. And tell me, what do you think would happen if you use soft cucumbers? Number 3, what might happen if you do not write the date on the jars? A, you might forget what is in the jars. B, you might get extra crunchy pickles. C, you might eat bad pickles. Or D, you might not be able to open the jars. One of those dark headings has a lot of information under it that tells us what would happen if you did not write the date on the jars, or if, maybe the date was a little old, or it tells us what would happen. So be sure to go back and read that story again and decide what you think would happen if you did not write the date on the jars. Because if you did not write the date on the jars, something might happen. You might not be able to tell when you jarred those pickles. So be sure to read back in your story and decide, is it A, B, C, or D? Number 4, what is the last step in making pickles? A, seal the jars with clean lids. B, place the jars in the refrigerator. C, wash the jars, lids, and spoon. Or D, heat vinegar, salt, and spices. In this story, it goes in order of how you make pickles. So be sure to go back, reread your story, and tell me what was the very last step in making those pickles. You've got to do something first, then there's going to be some steps in the middle, and then there's a very last step. Could you tell me what that step is? Decide if it's A, B, C, or D. I understand that this is online and you may not be able to bubble in those answers, but what you could do is pull up a clean document and just write 1, 2, 3, and 4 and give me your letter answer. And you can even type out the whole answer if you'd like to, but be sure to put at least A, B, C, or D for your answer. And then you can save it to a document. Thank you so much.